donation to a good marine cause. And I said we're going to give it to the Helping Hands for Freedom. So the founder and CEO of the Helping Hands for Freedom is Mr. Rodney Smith. He donated $40 to the Helping Hands for Freedom. So cool.
Nice. We got an event after this, so it's perfect.
How much did he give here?
There's only a 10 here. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We're doing good things if you get a chance to look at it. HelpingHandsForFreedom.org.
I know it helped my son. So. That'll be a charity that we adopt as a group, and we'll put money towards the fund.
Nice.
Appreciate it very much.
I've done 2 shows for them.
You did?
Dan.
Dan Rudd Smith, I'm the founder.
Yeah. Excellent. So real informal, fire anything out. We'll go through the slides. We're going to go real in depth. We've got we're videotaping, I guess. We're supposed to stay in the middle somewhere here. We'll go through the slides, but this is where, you know, if you had questions about Groove Book or Brander or all this stuff we're throwing at you, let's just break it down and get everything answered, because we want you guys fully confident to have fun, go forward, help realtors, lenders, title execs, and help their clients. The fun part is, and Jimmy, the Irishman with the green shirt and the hat, if you were at the last presentation, one guy said partially the way through, hey, you guys have really, you and Chuck have really over-engineered this thing and really overdone it, haven't you? And we said, yes, we have. So going with the spirit of that, I said to Beth Murphy when she came in, that we've really over-engineered this and made this look really difficult, and lots of paperwork and files and forms and emails and texts that I ambush all you guys with. We've blown this up 20 times bigger than we need to. I know that. When this thing all comes together and you get your final websites, and there's 6 to 8 videos walking you through everything, you know, what is the ultimate real estate sales system? How does it work? How will it help me? Stephen is a magician. He's brilliant. Those videos will be, they'll sell the whole thing for you. So right now, this is the old days. The good news is you came on early before we launched. The bad news is you came on early before we launched. Right? So if done properly and correctly, we would have set this all up. We would have launched it. Stephen would have sold. Chuck would have sold. I would have sold to realtors. We would have brought on 30 to 50 to 100 clients. And then I would have went out and pestered all you guys to come on board. I'm not that smart. So I decided to let all of you know, hey, this is coming, we're doing this. It's dragged on longer than we wanted to launch. But the one thing, and this is my first curse word, Dan run, we weren't going to throw shit at the wall, right? We could have launched a month or 2 ago, but it's going to be a quality product. We're going to have quality organization. Our project manager is solid and tight as can be. All of the systems with entering credit card or payment information, all the follow-up systems, everything's going to be tight as a drum. So again, we're getting a later launch than we wanted. That's by design. We cannot get out there and start talking to a big number of the 5.2 million realtors, lenders, and title reps and not have our act together. I mean, that would have been a soup sandwich. It's a community that's enormous, but they talk. So you screw up with one really big RE/MAX agent or one really big Keller Williams agent, that's going to travel really quickly, really fast. They go 10,000 of them at a time to Keller Williams corporate in Austin, Texas. We couldn't stumble out of the gate. So I appreciate your patience in waiting for us to do this right. There's a rhyme and a reason to doing it that way. We just could not afford to get out of the gate and throw something half-baked out there. I've used the analogy, nobody cuts into a half-baked chicken breast, right, and eats it with the middle raw and gooey and nasty. Not a smart thing to do. A baby takes 9 months, right? At 4-month mark, when you want to see your little baby, you don't, bingo, thank you. Yeah, you don't bring the baby out at 4 months because you want to see your little baby girl or your son, right? So with that being said, that's why we've taken this long. We'll launch it properly on the 1st. We'll have really great looking websites. The other note, and I'll shut up so Chuck can throw some things out there. When we launch, we will be great, but every day, every week, every month, we'll have more technology, more websites, more blasts, everything. It won't look like that statically, if that makes sense. 6 months from the launch, 6 months down the road, we'll have another 20, 25 technologies blasting out there, bringing in leads, and it'll get better and better and better and better. If you haven't figured out already, I'm a little bit psyched So is Chuck, so is Steven. So you're in the right company. Just keep making it better and better and better. So for people that don't like things to move fast and change, you're gonna have a miserable ride. You might want to fall off the back of the wagon and do something else, because it'll move along and we'll get better and better and better and sharper. So the one thing that I know I've heard in the past is I've owned a mortgage company, real estate company. Hey, but Jim, but you said X, right? Well, X is now Y or Z, and I don't want anybody to Pete smile. Pete and I work together. Things will evolve and they'll get better and better and better and easier for you. So again, we're showing you way, way, way too much stuff behind the curtain, but I want you guys to know everything and see everything we're doing. It'll make you respect the leads that just get served up on your plate, and all the mailers, the labels, the magazines, the group books, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all the stuff we're doing. It is way over the top, but again, I appreciate your time. You're all really, really sharp, high caliber people, and I would not waste your time to bring you on board on a Saturday, your days, weeks, months, nights, weekends, taken away from your wives, husbands, kids, grandmas, grandpas. Everybody's got things to do, so I respect that, and that's why we've really over-engineered it.
Just a couple quick things from me. Jim's talked before, we have an ant, we're dropping a 2,000-pound bomb on it, but that's because of the overall long-term vision which you will see. Like you said, we could have launched in a much smaller way and added stuff later, but everything's in place. When I first started working with Jim on this, the goal was 104 million in 4 years, and then we raised it to 150. And then I think a lot of us in our head were thinking 300 million, and now I'm thinking 400 million. And to do that, you have to have all of these things. And I tell you, I don't know what the female version is, but thinking about this thing blowing from 0 to 400 million in 4 years will give you a Woody. So,
I love it.
I've been blessed to have been excited about starting businesses, buying businesses, growing businesses, but at this stage in my life, I'm more excited about this than anything I ever started, because it's just the potential is so much, and also it's a unique company that he's put together. We don't have all these layers of administration. I mean, we've got no administration. We have Kathy and us. Steven's doing all the back office crap that slows everybody down, so you guys get the benefit of getting the commission money instead of taking those sales dollars and paying 55 people to do the back office stuff. It's a great concept, and we're ready to rock.
Yeah, two great points that Chuck made. One of them, the numbers. I'm a numbers guy. I know a lot of you are numbers people. You're business owners, entrepreneurs. Almost everybody I see has owned businesses in here as entrepreneurs. And the other ones that I haven't owned businesses are all really hard-working, good, sharp people. So numbers-wise, 5.2 million realtors out there. Keep in mind, we're not going to sell to, we're not going to bring 5.2 million clients on board. So if one or two say no, don't let it hurt your feelings. No big deal, right? Next. 15,000 clients. We bring on 3,000 clients a year over the next 5 years. 15,000 out of 5.2 million. It's 0.0028, right? It's 0.3%. We're not trying to capture the entire market. This isn't for everybody. It's going to be for the top producers, either that sell big high-ticket homes or that sell a high amount of volume. But we'll bring on clients that are in that middle range, and we'll bring on realtors that got in the business 3 months ago and saw this and said, hey, this is my way to compete against those realtors that have those big powerhouse brokerages and tons of money to throw at the wall. If they're sharp, they can see this and say, hey, I can cheat my way to success and use this system. So numbers was one of them. Project manager, when we close, and I'm going to be all over the board today, just so you know. When we close the sales, right, we don't have to do any of the front end, any of the creation, any of the marketing. All that's going to be created for you. Everybody's going to have their own website. I'm printing business cards for all of you. We're going to print silk business cards, really, really high end. You're going to have a multi-panel business card. You're going to have booklets. You're going to have everything you need with your name, phone number, email address, website. I'm going to print it all for all of you. Okay, so you have that. You don't have to do any of that front end stuff. So I know that stressed some of you out. I'm trying to recreate the wheel and do all this stuff. You don't have to make any flyers or write any verbiage or any of that stuff. That front end's all done. The back end, the minute we get the client's cashier's check, credit card, debit card, etc., Debbie White is literally on the phone with your client within like the next 30 seconds. She is more psychotic than me, Chuck, and Steve put together. She is a machine. I don't think this gal leaves her house. I've never met her, but over the past 2.5 years working with her as a project manager, I've never seen her make one mistake. Debbie Jones, yeah, that's the new news I got the other day. Stephen was going to hire a different project manager, but Debbie has trained her daughter in to do project management we do work for financial planners. We have 1,300 financial planner clients that we brought on in the last couple of years. Debbie trained her in to do that, and Stephen sees how big this is going to be, so he moved Debbie White over here, which is colossal. She's just a licensed assassin. So once you bring a realtor on board, or if it's a title rep that audit, whomever your client is, you're going to want to follow up and love them and kiss them and hug them, because they're going to be a repeat client and buy more multimedia business cards and or give you referrals. Right? The nice part about realtors, whether it's RE/MAX, Century 21, Berkshire Hathaway, Christie's, Better Homes and Gardens now has real estate agents, they talk, and the fun part is a realtor realistically can only service about a 30-mile, take a pin dot to where their office and home is, 30 miles, maybe 50 miles max is all they try to service, right? So they have Keller Williams buddies in Texas or New York or Philadelphia or La Jolla, California. If you do a great job for them, they're going to refer you out. But just do that part. Do the loving, kissing, hugging part. Make them feel great. Follow up with them. Make sure everything's working. Get them, marketing ideas that we have. But don't get involved in the production part of them getting their bio done. They have to do 2